Consumer fraud investigators have issued an urgent nationwide alert. Criminal networks are deploying new payment scams that can compromise debit card accounts and drain savings in minutes. Here's what every cardholder needs to know.
Very frustrating. The Better Business Bureau just sent out a warning about a scam that can make your money disappear before you even realize you've been targeted. You use your debit card every week. At gas stations, ATMs, grocery stores, online checkouts. But criminals have found new ways to turn ordinary payments into financial traps. Today we're exposing 17 payment scams emptying accounts right now. Stay until the end because the final scam has wiped out entire retirement accounts in less than an hour, and most victims never knew they were under attack until it was too late. Imagine finishing a long day at work. You're tired, hungry, and on your way home. You stop at an ATM to withdraw a little cash. The machine looks completely normal. The screen works. The keypad works. Nothing seems unusual. You slide in your debit card, enter your PIN, collect your cash, and leave. A simple transaction that takes less than 30 seconds. But what if that moment silently changed everything? What if a hidden device attached to the machine copied every piece of information stored on your card? What if a tiny camera no larger than a shirt button recorded your PIN at the exact same time? You drive home unaware that criminals now possess everything they need to access your account. Hours later, your phone begins lighting up with transaction alerts. Hundreds of dollars vanish. Then thousands. Your account balance shrinks before your eyes. The money you worked years to save disappears in a single evening. Unfortunately, criminals no longer need to rob banks. They simply wait for people to use them. But the ATM is only the beginning. Now imagine waking up one morning and noticing something strange. Your phone has no signal. No calls. No text messages. No internet connection. You restart the device. Nothing changes. It looks like a network problem. It isn't. While you were sleeping, someone convinced your mobile carrier to transfer your phone number onto a SIM card they control. Every security code from your bank now goes directly to them. Every password reset request lands on their device. Within minutes, they gain access to your financial accounts while you sit helplessly wondering why your phone stopped working. And if that sounds terrifying, consider this. You stop at a gas station during a road trip. You swipe your card, fill your tank, and continue driving. Days later, your account is drained. Hidden inside the pump was a skimming device capturing card data from every customer who stopped there. These scams are happening every day in places people trust most. And just when you think you know what to look for, criminals introduce a new weapon. One that requires nothing more than a sticker, a smartphone, and a single scan. The next scam is spreading across parking meters, restaurants, and public spaces, and millions of people are walking directly into the trap. That trap begins with something most people use every day, their smartphone. You are running late for an appointment. You finally find a parking spot, jump out of your car, and rush toward the parking meter. A QR code sticker is displayed on the machine with simple instructions to scan and pay. It looks official. It looks legitimate. Without thinking twice, you pull out your phone and scan it. A payment page opens instantly. The city logo appears at the top. Everything looks authentic. You enter your debit card information, approve the payment, and hurry away. Minutes later, you have completely forgotten about it. The problem is that the parking authority never received your payment. The QR code belonged to a scammer. The website was fake. Every detail you entered went directly into the hands of criminals. Before your appointment is even over, unauthorized transactions begin appearing on your account. The money disappears so quickly that many victims don't discover the theft until hours later. But scammers have become even more dangerous than that. Now imagine your phone rings. The caller ID shows the name of your bank. The voice on the other end sounds calm, professional, and helpful. They explain that suspicious activity has been detected on your account, and they need your assistance to secure your funds. Most people immediately feel panic. The caller instructs you to open your payment app and transfer money into a supposedly safe account while the investigation takes place. Everything sounds official. Everything sounds urgent. You follow the instructions because you believe you are protecting your savings. In reality, you are sending your money directly to the scammer. The moment you authorize the transfer, the funds are gone. Since you approve the payment yourself, recovering the money becomes extremely difficult. Criminals understand that fear causes people to act before they think. But what happens next is even more frustrating. Suppose you are selling an item online. A buyer sends payment and accidentally sends too much money. At least that's what they claim. The extra funds appear in your account, so you politely refund the difference. Days later, the original payment is reversed because it came from a stolen account. The buyer disappears. Your refund is gone. The item you sold is gone. And the money is gone too. Every one of these scams relies on the same principle. They don't hack your account. They convince you to help them empty it yourself. And while these scams are dangerous, the next group of attacks doesn't require a phone call, a fake buyer, or even a conversation. All criminals need is your card number, and they can begin stealing money while you sleep. While you're sleeping, criminals may already be testing your debit card without your knowledge. You wake up, check your phone, and notice a strange charge. Maybe it's $1. Maybe it's less than $2. The amount seems so small that most people ignore it. That is exactly what the scammers want. The tiny charge is not the real theft. It is a test. Criminals use stolen card information collected from data breaches, skimmers, fake websites, and payment scams. Before attempting large purchases, they first verify whether the card is still active. If the small transaction succeeds, they know the account is ready to be exploited. Hours later, larger charges begin appearing. Electronics, gift cards, online purchases. By the time victims notice, hundreds or even thousands of dollars have already disappeared. But criminals are no longer satisfied with stealing card numbers alone. Imagine receiving an email from a company you recognize. It could be a streaming service, an online retailer, or a subscription platform you use every month. The message claims your payment method has expired and your account will be suspended unless you update your billing information immediately. The email looks perfect. The logo is correct. The colors match. The wording feels professional. You click the link and enter your card information without hesitation. Unfortunately, the website is fake. The moment you press submit, your payment information goes directly to scammers who can begin using it immediately. Many victims don't discover the fraud until unauthorized charges begin showing up days later. But some scams go far beyond stolen card numbers. Imagine meeting someone online. At first, the conversations are casual. They seem kind, trustworthy, and genuinely interested in your life. Weeks pass, then months. A real emotional connection begins to develop. Eventually, they introduce an investment opportunity. They show screenshots of profits. They explain how easy it is to make money. They even help you create an account. At first, everything appears successful. Your balance grows. The numbers look impressive. You begin trusting both the platform and the person who introduced it. Then one day you try to withdraw your money. Suddenly there are fees, delays, verification requirements, excuses. Then the account disappears. The person disappears. And so does your money. These scams don't attack your debit card. They attack your trust, your emotions, and your confidence. Criminals understand that people often lower their defenses when they feel comfortable. But the next scams are even more dangerous because they don't rely on emotions at all. They target the technology you use every day, often without you seeing anything suspicious happening on your screen. The most dangerous scams are often the ones you never see. There are no suspicious phone calls, no emotional conversations, no obvious warning signs. Everything appears normal while criminals quietly gain access to your financial life. Imagine sitting in a coffee shop, airport lounge, or hotel lobby. You need internet access, so you connect to the free Wi-Fi network available to customers. Within seconds, you're online. You check your email, browse social media, and maybe even log into your banking app. What you don't realize is that the network may not belong to the business at all. A criminal sitting nearby has created a fake Wi-Fi hotspot with a name almost identical to the legitimate network. The moment you connect, your internet traffic begins passing through their device. Every login, every password, and every piece of financial information becomes visible to them. By the time you finish your coffee, they may already have everything they need. But cybercriminals have become even more sophisticated. Imagine receiving what appears to be a security alert from your bank. The message looks authentic and warns of suspicious activity on your account. Concerned, you click the link and verify your information. Everything seems routine. Meanwhile, the criminals use those details to add their own device to your digital wallet. Suddenly, they can make purchases using your cards without ever touching your physical wallet. Transactions appear legitimate because the purchases come from a device that was successfully registered using your credentials. The bank's security systems often see nothing unusual. And then there is the scam that many people never consider. Your debit card remains safely inside your pocket. You never lose it. Nobody steals it. Nobody borrows it. Yet somehow charges begin appearing on your account. How is that possible? Criminals use specialized equipment capable of capturing contactless payment signals in crowded locations. Shopping centers, airports, train stations, and public events provide perfect opportunities. While victims walk through busy areas, criminals collect payment data and use it to create fraudulent transactions. The most shocking part is that many victims never realize where the theft occurred. This is why awareness remains your strongest defense. Technology changes. Scam tactics evolve. Criminals constantly search for new ways to exploit trust and convenience. But every scam we've discussed shares one common weakness. It depends on victims not recognizing the warning signs. The good news is that knowledge changes everything. The more you understand these scams, the harder it becomes for criminals to succeed. Stay alert. Verify before you trust. Slow down before making payments. Because the few extra seconds spent checking a transaction today could save you thousands of dollars tomorrow.